Hello, everyone, and welcome to our latest conversation with friends. I think this might be our last one of the year. And with us today, we have a new friend of the nest, is Den Lim. Den, thank you for joining me today.
My pleasure. Thanks for having me, Michelle.
Great. So we met earlier this year at the Nest Fest in Melbourne. So it's a huge thank you from me for coming along and finding out what it was all about. But this is about you. So I'm going to throw it back over to you, Den. Tell us who you are and why you're in the sector.
Absolutely. So Dan, I am really passionate about people and connecting with ideas, opportunities, and bringing people together within communities. I've got two roles. One, I'm the business development manager at Community College Gippsland, and we're a training organisation. We operate a secondary college across 4 campuses, and we're a Learn Local. And so in that role, I look after philanthropy, which is the fundraising stuff, events, projects, partnerships, and student recruitment. And then on the side, I've just established a business as a life coach. So help transform lives and help people go from where they are to where they want to be.
Wow, that's a huge everything job. And so we kind of go backwards when we want to know who you are, obviously what you're doing. But I guess the inspiration for the fundraising nest is about people inspiring people. It's that peer-to-peer connection, supporting each other in what we do, and learning from people rather than we can learn from conferences and things, but I think people inspire people. And so looking back over your life, doesn't have to be your professional life, it might be when you were a child, or who's someone that jumps to mind for you that has inspired kind of where how you present yourself today?
Yeah, one occasion that stuck out for me is when I worked at the local university in Churchill. It was Monash University at the time. It's now Federation Uni. My boss at the time, he was the director of Monash Residential Services, sat down with me and we were just having conversations about the work and how we can, transform the college. Yeah, we were just chatting, and one of the conversations that we talked about was validation. And, for me, I like people to pat me on the back, and, I like to know that I'm doing a good job. So he just said, grasshopper, don't wait for people's validation, back yourself. So
Oh, I love it.
it was just an amazing conversation because it just, it helped me in my career and in my personal life not worry about what people think of me, and just backing myself and making sure that I'm confident in the decisions that I make as well. So that really helped me solidify my character in that I'm much more confident.
What an amazing opportunity to learn that. Something I'm still learning. It's always something we just want to be good at what we do, but you're right. We don't need to be told that. We need to believe it. And I really, really love that. So what brought you into the kind of, I guess, the fundraising space?
Yeah, I think when I looked at the role as the business development manager, I liked the fact that it was very diverse. It was a diverse role. And I had never done any work formally within the fundraising space, although when I was younger, I did a lot of tin rattling and, raised funds for World Vision and other organisations. So for me, I'd love the idea of raising funds and being able to get some really great outcomes as well.
Yeah.
And so, that's sort of what got me into this line of work.
Yeah. And so school and university fundraising, is it a little bit, it's like the arts and the arts sector, the schools and universities, and then you've got, the generic kind of charity fundraising. Kind of what are the priorities within your space for people working in similar roles to you? What do you think are the kind of priorities at the moment?
I think fundraising and philanthropy is always a challenge. It just takes time to build up relationships. So, I think relationships is really important as a fundraiser, and you need to nurture, relationships and sort of be there present with people. And even if it's not about raising funds, at the time, it's about establishing those relationships and building upon them so that when you do have a campaign or, needing some support, then, you've got some champions there ready to help you out.
Absolutely. It's the fundamentals of everything. You build, as Ken Burnett says, fundraising isn't about the money, it's about the people wanting to make a difference. Absolutely.
Yeah, and people buy people. People don't necessarily buy the product. So
Yes.
if you've got a good relationship with people, they're more likely to give to you.
Absolutely. And if I think when you're passionate about what you do and you're just building relationships through sharing what you're doing, that passion that you have is infectious. And if you care, they care that you care. And that's where that whole kind of relationship is born out of. It's like this person really cares about their job. And so you mentioned earlier that you've kind of also now moved into a different space, your own kind of your own space in doing coaching and mentoring. So what was the motivation for that side of your business?
Yeah, I just think, just like fundraising and relationships, coaching is all about relationships,
Yeah,
and trying to, find clients is always a challenge, but, you need to put yourself out there. You need to make sure that you're visible and, you're getting to know people. And through there, you'll get referrals and repeat business as well. So I have been wanting to be a life coach for about 7 years now. And I just thought it would, a couple of months ago when I established the business, there's no better time than now, I guess, So I've always been passionate about people and supporting their transformation and, helping them achieve their goals. Throughout my career, I've been in leadership positions and I've been in management and, supporting people to grow and develop is just something in my blood.
yeah,
It's
I
just
love it.
comes
Yeah.
naturally to me.
And so when you talk about coaching, I think a lot of people think that a coach is going to give you all the answers, but it's actually the complete opposite, isn't it? A coach is there to coach the answers or what you want out of you. Is that right?
Absolutely. A lot of people think that, yeah, the coaches tell you what to do and share their wisdom and share their advice. People get into the coaching business and then, are completely surprised with what we actually do. So, it's all about the person's not broken. They are doing life the best that they can with the resources they have. It's a collaborative approach. So partnership is really important, and building that rapport and relationship with the clients. And then it's about drawing the wisdom that's already in the person, and just having an opportunity to create that space and allow people to come up with their own solutions. And just, I'm here to guide, create that scaffolding for them to feel safe enough to, explore different opportunities.
Yes, because I think we think of coaching as in the sporting sense, like the coaches tells the team, the coach has got the strategy, the coach coaches you, and it's yes, I think it's I've had a couple of some coaching over my time, and it's hard because you've got homework to do because they ask you're asked questions that I guess they're presented in a way that you don't have the answers for all the time, and so it's about going away and thinking about that, isn't it?
Absolutely. Yeah. So it's very different. So when you talk about coaching, there's the spectrum.
Yeah.
You go from sports coaching, which is, the coach really providing their wisdom and their insights and their advice. And then you go to life coaching, which is very much the client has the wisdom and you're there to support them to come up with their own ideas.
Yeah. And so obvious question might be, but what do you love the most about what you do?
I think just getting some really great outcomes. So yeah, looking at, I guess, the two parts, philanthropy. In the work that I do, I raise funds through grants, sponsorship donations, and I'm able to then deliver programs and projects for our students at our college. So, most recently we were able to raise funds for musical instruments, and that enables young people to explore, creativity, and how that helps with mental health and,
Yeah.
and being able to explore their own passions. And then we've created sensory spaces and we've created, healthy food projects with students tackling food insecurity and
Yeah.
students, come to school hungry. So we're able to combat that. And then, that's sort of where we sort of put our energy into.
Yeah. Changing lives for the better, isn't it?
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And tell me what excites you about the future? I know everyone panics about AI and all of these things, and it's a very useful tool to speed things up and give you a bit of inspiration. But the robots are not. I don't believe they're going to take over our jobs because we've got to build relationships. But what excites you about kind of what you've seen in the space for the future of philanthropy?
Yeah, definitely humanity,
Yeah,
like people, there are supporters out there. There are people that want to provide opportunities and funding to organizations and to, individuals to do really great work for community. But it's just trying to find those people. just trying to connect the dots and support, the opportunities that that are there, not yet obvious to us. So, I know people are out there that want to support community. And so, just having that charitable lens, I think, is really important for fundraisers to realize that, that the work is out there and the opportunities are out there, but you just have to keep trying. And then, for people in the community, they do want to help. And so, it makes me really, really happy and content that there's a lot of really good people out there. Majority of humans want to do the right thing, and they want to support and contribute to, the success of community.
I absolutely agree, and we're very not political here. I stay away from it altogether, but it's easy, I think, when you're not in our space to, feel the heaviness of the world. And for me, actually, I think the more that life goes in this crazy cycle that we have no idea what's going on and the kind of agenda that's been pushed, it actually, I think, pushes people to the flip side of that is, okay, this is not a society we want. This is not the future we want. So how can I help change that? And I think actually it might inspire a whole load of other people who hadn't thought about being able to change, the kind of, I guess, the political land. Like, yes, I think it might inspire a lot of people to get it back to a society that they want. And that's where, in times of crisis, people give to need, and they need to give. And that's our job, is to create that and create that kind of opportunity for them.
Absolutely. You've hit the nail on the head with that. There's opportunities where there are crises that happen, and there's that sense of urgency, where people want to give because, there is that immediate need. But what we're trying to do is create opportunities where people can give, regularly to support organisations that are doing work that rely on fundraising as well.
Absolutely, and we all know as well, giving is good for the person giving. It's a win-win. It makes you happier, healthier, a better rounded human being. So when you give, you're getting something. You're changing the world. There's not a bad thing about generosity and philanthropy, is there?
Yeah, absolutely.
Brilliant. And so, where are you based?
I'm based in Gippsland, so I work in Warragul and I live in Churchill. So I have a 40-minute commute to work, and it's lovely. The drive's really easy, and I just chuck a podcast on whenever I on the road. And for my life coaching lessons, I just listen to that, and it keeps me up to date with giving me the knowledge that I need to deliver my work.
So with your coaching, do you have a website? We'll put it up when we share this video, but can people contact you via website and just have a chat initially about if you can help them?
Absolutely. I'm on denlimcoaching.com.au, and I'm also found on Facebook as well.
Yeah, fabulous. And do you coach people from just non-for-profit, or is this people from all walks of life?
All walks of life. So when I speak to people, the initial conversation is around the wheel of life. Yeah. So it has 8 segments in life, ranging from career to personal relationships to physical environment and health and well-being. So people are able to, it's a bird's eye view of their life, and people come to coaching thinking it's about business and career. But it actually has other elements of your life, and some people are quite surprised that that coaching can help you with any aspect of life. And so I have people that are unemployed. I have people that are that are employed in high in top positions, and then people that are aspiring to get back into work, and people with career change, as well as those that need to seek clarity for whatever is happening in their life right now. So I'm open to working with anyone and everyone. I have group coaching opportunities as well. So periodically I'll put on a free group coaching session. So that's on my Facebook page, and people can jump on and just trying to build a community. Out of the coaching space.
And tell me, when it comes to coaching, you mentioned there it's a holistic overview of everything in your life, and I can imagine some people might kind of be looking for a coach because there's actually a lot going on in their personal life, and I guess Are you able to identify when actually there's, other professions need to come in and help? Like you're not a counsellor, so if there's other trauma there or other health, issues, that must, I guess, be part of your training. But are you there to signpost them if they need?
Absolutely. So coaching, I like to see as baseline clients. So if you look at a scale, there's 0 being, your baseline, and we're moving people from baseline to excellent, to 10 out of 10 in their lives. So those that are in the minus range, generally there's some health concerns, or there's mental health issues, or just some issues that people need to resolve, and that's not the space that we play in. So if people come along with mental health issues or trauma or something like that, then we would identify that quite quickly and refer them to a GP, refer them to other supports, other therapists that that line up with their need, and then we can work concurrently. So while they're getting the support that they need professionally, then I can also work with the positive side of things. So we're about goal setting, we're about future thinking, we're about a lot of the bit in coaching is that it's really positive space. So you're looking at from an average life through to an exceptional life.
Yeah, I love it. What a lovely way to round that off. So we're just about out of time. Super quick again. I'm going to ask you one last question before we jump into this or that. And I think I know the answer to this. And what advice would you give to your younger self that you wish you knew then that you know?
You do know the answer to this. So definitely, the grasshopper quote, So I've just wasted so much time and energy just trying to get accolades, and I've wanted pats on the backs, and I've just looked at achievement after achievement, just looking at the next thing and not really enjoying the journey. So for as an adult now, knowing what I know now, I'd tell my younger self, just slow down, smell the roses, and really back yourself, and don't wait for other people's validation, and don't rely on accolades or achievement to define yourself.
As Lynn Wester said, she's not everyone's cup of tea, but she's someone's shot of tequila.
I love that.
All right, let's find out a little bit about Den, who outside of work, this might give us a bit of an insight. So 10 quick fires, just whatever first comes to your head. Are you ready?
Sure, go for it.
Mountains or beaches?
Mountains.
Introvert or extrovert?
Extrovert.
Movies or books?
Movies.
Tea or coffee?
Coffee.
Cats or dogs?
Dogs.
Morning bird or night owl?
Night owl.
Camping or hotels?
Camping and hotels.
Phone calls or text messages?
Phone calls.
Pizza or curry?
Curry.
And finally, Marmite or honey?
Marmite.
I love it. You might be our only Marmite one. That's awesome. People said Marmite's quite a UK or New Zealand thing, apparently. People like Michelle, they don't know what it is. It should be Vegemite. I don't have it at all.
Yeah. No, Marmite's a little bit more, it's milder than Vegemite, and definitely with butter.
Den, it has been a privilege getting to know you, and look, fabulous you've set up your coaching business. I'm sure you're changing lives. We will share how you can reach out to Den, or if you know someone else that's looking for a little bit of positive guidance. Den, thank you for joining us today, and I'm sure we will cross paths again. You are one of our Nest alumni, and it was so great to meet you earlier this year, and I love the fact that you want to keep learning yourself, which I think everyone needs to do. The day we don't want to learn, then we're all learning all of the time. So thank you so much. It's Friday, so have a wonderful weekend, and we will see you next time.
Thank you. Bye.